So how did La Quercia come about? How did this start?
Well, we spent 3.5 years in Parma, Italy, and we didn't learn to make prosciutto then, but we learned to eat it, and we learned a lot about eating food and appreciating great ingredients. We did notice that there was not a lot of fine cured meats in the United States, and that was sort of a step we could take the way people had with wine, with cheese, with beer.
You know, it doesn't matter if you're Herb from Iowa or, Armandino from Seattle, If you give them something great to eat and actually help them understand why and where it came from, it's a great reception.
One of the things that I think does help to distinguish your product is that you're using heritage breed pork. Mm-hmm. Is that something that you've done from the very beginning?
We tried different pork breeds, and the ones that we liked the best for specialty breeds were Berkshire and Tampa.
And why is that?
We felt that the meat had the best quality. I mean, that's kind of the ultimate test. How does it taste?
It was kind of ironic to me that the people from Italy who were telling me that we couldn't make prosciutto were the same people coming and eating meat at restaurants and saying, "Oh, the meat here is delicious, the best meat in the world."
Meat.
Yeah, we heard a lot of different things about the air is important and the climate's important and the equipment's important. To us, it's really the meat. The meat's what determines it. I mean, it's 96%.
You guys still get in there and salt the hams yourselves too. I mean, you're not just running the company, you still on a day-to-day basis are in there making the products yourselves.
I think at this point we just like to do it. It gets long, and cold.
It gets long and cold, but I'm really glad we do it. I'm glad we can still do it, and I think it's one of the things that I value about working with our employees is that they know we take this really seriously. That's an important message to say, the work that you are doing is really important work, and we're here to do it too.
It's a very old process. It's been done for millennia, so it's nothing we created. But you put the salt on, the salt penetrates, pushes the water out, so you get the meat dry enough so it can support higher temperature. Basically, we dry the meat so that it doesn't support bacterial growth. That's how it's safe to eat, and then we age it. You can see the meat starts shedding moisture. It's dripping down the edge of the racks. It's a very elemental thing. These are the two ingredients. This is the one chance you have to combine the two ingredients. And it's going to sit here, and then we're going to do it again, and that's going to keep on happening. So this is the winds of January.
It's chilly in here.
It's chilly in here. So we have a lot of air movement and a lot of refrigeration power. So we're taking a lot of moisture off of those hams. Here we're continuing to dry with refrigeration. So we're in the last phase of winter. We don't have the air movement, so it's slowed down. So they're going to be in here a month.
So where we were previously, it was cold like winter, and now we're in this warm, almost humid room that is something like summer, essentially.
Yeah, it'd be early summer.
This is incredible. Look at all of these hams. There's so many of them. They're gorgeous. And they have the paste applied.
Right, so the purpose of that is to inhibit the moisture loss. So we've taken about as much of the water out as we want, and we want to slow it down, but we want to continue to age them because we want to favor that enzymatic activity that's going to break down the meat and break down the fat and create that special flavor and texture.
So how long will they stay here with the paste on?
6 months, 7 months.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And then do you just rinse it off?
Yeah, I wish. It's more work to get off than it is to put on.
So how do you get it off?
You're going to see.
Oh, excellent. Let's go see.
This is where we take the hams from in there and make them really, really pretty. Yes, and ready for sale.
So Sebastian, what is your role?
My title is the plant manager, so I basically make sure everybody's in the right place at the right time so that we can make the best possible prosciutto. The device they're using is called a wizard knife, and basically all that is a 3-inch circular razor blade that just spins. So it's a motor-driven razor, and it just goes through and shaves off the sunya.
Do you ever get tired of walking through here and seeing this?
No, I mean, sometimes, like almost always when I walk through here and see this, I worry.
What are you worried about?
We always worry about the quality.
Well, but that's why you deliver such high quality, is that
We always worried about it.
Yes.
Yeah. It's a great job for an obsessive compulsive. Yeah.
So it's fun to make the meat, and then it's delicious. So
Everybody wins.
everybody wins.
But
Yeah.
that's ultimately it. If it's not delicious, you aren't getting that's more. It has to be really good to eat.
There's not a lot of point to being in the food business if you don't make something that's delicious.